Okay, so now we're going to do two more examples, and these are application type of examples. I'm going to read them to you. I drew the pictures, and so I'm going to read the problem to you for each one of these, and we'll work out each one separately. Okay, so we'll start with this one. And so here's the setup. It says a 15-inch diameter wheel has a 3-inch hole in the center. Find the area of a side of the wheel to the nearest tenth. Okay, so we're facing this wheel, so let's say this side of the wheel is what we want to find the area of. And so we've got this 3-inch hole cut out of the center. So we want to find the area of this band. Well, we've got two circles, right? We've got the big circle and we've got the little circle. They're both centered on each other, so these are concentric circles. So what we can do is, in any case, we've got two circles, one inside of another. So we can take the smaller circle's area and subtract it from the bigger circle's area, and that'll give us our answer. So let's find the two areas, right? So we'll do the area, we'll call this area 1, right? And we'll call the area of the bigger circle area 2. And we'll call the band area. Okay? So we know that the area of the band, this part here, is going to be area 2 minus area 1, right? So now, what's the area of the larger circle? Well, the diameter is 15, right? So the area, remember, it's pi r squared, so we need the radius. So in this case, the diameter of the big circle is 15 inches, so half of that is 7.5 inches. So what we need to do is it's going to be pi times 7.5 inches squared, right? So now we're going to square that, and that's going to give us pi times 56.25. And so the approximate area, again, we're rounding to the nearest tenth of an inch. Okay, so the area of the larger circle is 176.71459. 176.45. Hold on one second. 71459. Okay. I'm going out several decimal places because, again, I don't want to round until I get my final answer, and then I'll round to the nearest tenth. Now, the inside circle, we're going to do the same thing, area 1. So area 1, again, is pi r squared. Now, the radius of the inside circle, again, the diameter of the inside circle is 3 inches, so that's going to be 1.5 inches. So it's going to be pi times 1.5 squared, which is pi times 2.25, which is going to be approximately equal to 7.06858. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We're going to subtract these. So if I subtract these two, what do you get? You get approximately, let's see here, So that's what you approximately get. There you go. And so again, if we round to the nearest tenth of a square inch, so the nearest tenth, so this is going to be approximately 169.6 square inches. And that's the area of the wheel, this side of the wheel. Okay, now let's look at the next one. The next one, we have a bandsaw. And we're interested in finding the length of the saw blade. Okay, so the bandsaw has two 25 centimeter wheels spaced 90 centimeters apart from center to center. They want to find the length of the saw blade. Okay, so the saw blade on a bandsaw is this. Okay, so we want to find the length of the saw blade. So, how do we do that? Well, let's figure out what exactly we have here. Okay, so we have the bandsaw goes around this circle, and then this distance here, and then around this circle and comes back. So the way you want to look at it is, well, if I draw a line from through the diameter, if I draw a diameter going straight down, well, that's the part of the circle that the band is touching, right? So assuming that it's a nice snug fit, all we have to do is measure this half circle, right, for that piece. And then if we do the same thing over here, then all we have to do is measure this length here for that half circle. And then look what we have here. We have a rectangle. And the rectangle has a height of what? 25 centimeters, because it's also a diameter, right? And it's got a length of 90 centimeters from center to center. So all we have to do is find the length of this side and the length of this half circle, and then add the length here. So this is a perimeter. You're going to find the perimeter of a half circle here, the perimeter of the half circle here, which, by the way, since they're the same size circle, they're both the same circle, meaning that they both have a diameter of 25 centimeters. Okay, so we could actually put this half and this half together and just do the circumference of one circle. Okay, so that'll give us both pieces. And then add twice the length of 90, right? Because we've got this length and this length. Okay, so that's it. That's all we have to do. So if we want to find the length of the bandsaw, it's going to equal the circumference of a circle plus twice the length of the rectangle between them. Okay, so now what happens? Well, the circumference of the circle is going to be what? Pi d, since we know the diameter is 25 centimeters. And then it's going to be twice the length. And then all we have to do is now plug in the values. So it's going to be pi times 25 plus 2 times 90. Okay? And so it's going to be pi times 25 plus 180. And so if we stick this in our calculator, we get 258.5 centimeters rounded. Again, they want us to round tenth of a centimeter. And so it's 258.5. And so that is the length of the saw blade, 258.5 centimeters. And that's it. See you next time.